Hi there. In this tutorial, we will learn to deploy a React application on Netlify. Now, this process of hosting a website is relatively easy if you use this platform such as Netlify or Vercel. We will use two different methods by which you can host your projects on Netlify. The one where we will use Github, and in the other one we will use netlify-cli. Also, we will see how to store environment variables on Netlify and use it within your project. Now, if you have any portfolio such as this one, it is better to host your work and then you can add those links in your portfolio like this one. Now, this project is hosted on this URL and same as this one. So this approach is much better than showing just images of your past projects. Now, if you want to build a portfolio like this one, you can find its tutorial on my YouTube channel, and also I will put its link in the description as well. So let's get started. Now, I have created this simple React application which says hello world using a template called create react app. So let's create one GitHub repo and push all this code. Go to your GitHub account and click on this new. Let's name this repository as deploy to Netlify. And let's keep it private. Now we will use these commands to initialize GitHub into our project. Open your project folder and open the command prompt and paste those GitHub commands here. These commands will link your repo with the GitHub account. Now let's refresh this, and here is the readme file. Let's push all this code. For that, you can use commands like git add dot and use git commit -m, and in the message let's write initial commit. Let's push all this code by git push. Now our project is on the GitHub. So let's log in the Netlify. Now, if you are a developer, then it is better to log in with the GitHub. I have already created my account, so it will directly show me this dashboard. Now, here are some websites that I have deployed on Netlify. Now, currently I am on this starter plan which is free and which gives you 100 GB bandwidth per month, and it will also give you 300 build minutes. And there are some other features which you can see from the netlify.com website. So let's use this Netlify to host our project. Now click on this add new site and click on this import an existing project. Now this will give you some different providers. Now if you use GitLab or Bitbucket, then you can choose these options. For now we will use the GitHub. Now this will give you a list of repositories that you can select from your account. Now this repo is private, so we have to give access to Netlify so that it can use this repo and deploy it. For that, let's go to the settings and click on the applications. Click on the configure, and here let's select this repo and save it. Now let's repeat the process. Click on the add new site, import an existing project, click on the GitHub, And now our repo is visible. Click on this deploy to Netlify. Now here you can add different settings for a build if you have any different scripts. For now, let's click on this deploy site. Now it will take some time to build the website, and then it will give us the URL. And the deployment process is completed. So let's click on this URL. And here is our application. Now you can also change the name of this URL. Just go to the site settings and click on the build and deploy. Now click on the domain management. Now in the custom domains, you can edit this site name. Let's keep it as deploy react to Netlify. And now our URL is modified. So let's open it. And here it is. So this is how you can easily deploy any project which is on GitHub to Netlify. Now let's see how we can use environment variables. Let's open our project and create one file called .env.development. Now in this file we will store our environment variables. Now if you are using a CRA template, then make sure to follow the guideline to use env variables. You can go to the documentation of create react app, and let's click on the building your app and environment variables. Now here you will find all the information for adding a custom environment variables. Now you must create a custom environment variables beginning with react_app_ and any other variable except node_env will be ignored. So let's use this as a prefix. Let's name it as my_API equal to, let's add any random letters and numbers. Now let's use this environment variable inside our application. Now to use this variable, write process.env.variable name to use this value. Let's check it out. And here we can see this text, but we cannot see the value of the environment variable. Now this is because whenever you change anything inside the environment variable, or you create a .env file, you should always restart the development server. So let's restart it. And now we can see the value of the env variable. Now let's push these changes in the GitHub repo. So again, let's repeat these commands. Git add git commit. Inside the message, let's write env variable and write git push to push the code. Now whenever you push code in the GitHub, Netlify will detect the new changes and it will automatically start the building process. Here is our new commit, which is the env variable. and it has already published the changes in this URL. Let's open it, and still we cannot see the environment variable value in here. We have not pushed the .en.development file inside our GitHub repo, and it is best practice to never push this files which contains this environment variables. So instead of this, we can directly create this variable inside the Netlify. So go to the site settings and click on the build and deploy and click on this environment. Now here we can add as much as environment variables we want for our project. So let's add environment name, and let's copy this value and paste it here. Now save this. Go to the deploys and let's trigger the deployment. Now inside this deploy log, you can check if there is any error while deploying the website. Currently there is no error, it is successful and our site is live. So let's reload this, and now we can easily see this value. You can easily change the value of environment variable by going into this settings and just click on the edit environment variable, and let's change this value. Let's write 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 and save this. And again, let's trigger the deployment, and looks like the deployment is successful. Let's reload this, and now you can see the updated value. So this is how you can safely use the environment variable by using a Netlify. Let's see another method by which we don't have to use GitHub, and we can directly use netlify-cli to deploy this website on the Netlify. Now let's install the netlify-cli. For that, write command called npm install netlify-cli, and if you want to install this globally, then add the -g. You can write netlify -help. Now this will give you all the commands that you can use, and here it is. Now let's use Netlify login to log in into your Netlify account. Now it seems like I have already logged in, so let's use this switch to switch your Netlify account. So let's write Netlify switch. Now this will give you option to switch to the another account. Now select the second. I would like to log into a new account. Now this will give you a pop-up on the current browser, and click on this authorize. Once you click on this, it will give you this message, which is you are now logged into your Netlify account. Now before we deploy our React app using a Netlify-cli, first let's build it using npm run build. So this command will build a whole React application into another directory called build. Now open your project folder, and here it is, the build folder, where you will get all the assets for this project. So whenever you host React application, make sure you host this build folder. Let's write netlify deploy. Now this will ask you a few questions, such as what would you like to do? Link this directory to an existing site, or create a new site. So let's select this second option, which is create and configure a new site. Now this shows our account, so press enter. Now what site name you want, so let's use deploy-react-to-netlify-2. In the published directory, we will use the build folder, so write build. This will take some time to deploy the website. Now, as mentioned here, if everything looks good on your draft URL, which is in here, then deploy it to your main site URL with --prod, which stands for the production flag. So let's open this URL. And I think it looks great. So let's deploy it. Right, netlify deploy --production. And again it will ask for the published directory and write build and click on the enter. And now our site should be live on this URL. And here it is. Now same as for the environment variable, you can go to the Netlify and again add the different environment variable. Now remember this, we have deployed this website on another URL, so there will be two sites. Let's go to the dashboard, and here you can see the deploy react to netlify, and this one is the second one where we have used the netlify CLI. Now this is how you can use netlify CLI to deploy the React application. Also you can open this docs.netlify and go to this CLI where you will get more information about how you can use different commands. Now if you have used React Router in your React application, then you might face one problem. Let me show you. Now in the app.js file, I have added the React Router where I have created this two links and two routes. When you click on this component A link, it will redirect you to the path-A, which will eventually render this component, which is the component A, which will render this message which states this is component -A. And if you click on the second link, which is called component B, which will eventually change the URL to path-B, and it will render this message. Let's check out this in our development server. And when I click on this component A, it will render this message. This is a component A, and check the URL as well. And on click of this component -B, it will change the message and the URL as well. So first, let's push this code in the GitHub so that we can see the changes in the URL as well. Let's open the command prompt again and use git add git commit, right, React Router, and use git push. Now let's see if Netlify is automatically deploying these changes or not. And our latest commit has triggered the deployment. So now our latest changes are published. So So let's open the URL. Let me close all these URLs. Now here we can easily access this different components, but if I copy this URL which has /path-a and I paste it here, then it will show us this page not found, which is a 404 error. So how we can solve this? Now let's open the Netlify documentation again. Now there is this option called static routing. Now inside the static routing, as stated here, you can enable powerful static routing features like redirects, rewrites, and proxies by defining rules in a sites_redirects file. So let's create one file called _redirects. Now in this file we will define different rules to redirect user based on different URLs. Now click on this rewrites and proxies. Now if you scroll down, you will see this section which says history push state and single page app. Now React is used to build single page applications, but whenever you use a React router, it will change the different URLs, and if Netlify cannot find this URL, it will give you the 404 error. So as stated here, if you are developing a single page app and want history push state to work, so you get the clean URLs, then you will want to enable the following rewrite rules. So let's copy this and paste it inside the _redirects file and save this. Now as stated here, this rule will effectively serve the index.html file instead of giving a 404 error, no matter what URL the browser requests. So after saving this file, let's push this code again. Let's go to the Netlify, refresh this, and it is building the latest changes. Now it is published, so let's open this URL again. Go to the component B. Now copy this URL and it's working great. Let's check this again. Change path-a and paste it in the another tab. And now we are not getting the 404 page. So this is how you can use this file called redirects and redirect your users to a specified URLs. Now make sure you import this redirects file inside the public directory and not in the outside of the project. This is the end of this tutorial. I hope you have enjoyed it and learned a thing or two. Make sure to check out my other videos and don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching.